Imagine a car with a literal drift button. Not some marketing gimmick, an actual button that turns your daily driver into a tire-smoking drift machine. That's the Ford Focus RS, and it's why used ones are selling for nearly their original sticker price. The Focus RS is what happens when Ford's rally engineers go completely unhinged. 350 horsepower, all-wheel drive that can send 70% of power to one rear wheel, and a chassis that'll pull 1.0 G on the skid pad, matching a Porsche. This isn't just another hot hatch. It's the last of a dying breed, a manual-only gas-powered hooligan that Ford will never make again. Today, I'm breaking down everything. The head gasket drama, which year to buy, how to make 500 horsepower reliably, and why these are already becoming collectible. Let's start with what makes this thing tick. The heart is a 2.3-liter EcoBoost making 345 horsepower and 324 pound-feet of torque, or 347 with overboost. But here's where it gets wild. Ford partnered with GKN to develop an all-wheel drive system that doesn't just split power front to rear. It can send up to 70% of the engine's power to a single rear wheel. Think about that. In a corner, it literally pushes the outside rear wheel to rotate the car. 0 to 60 happens in 4.6 seconds, the quarter mile in 13.4 at 105 miles per hour. Top speed, 165. From a Focus. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the head gasket issue. Early 2016 and some 2017 models had the wrong head gasket installed. Ford used a Mustang EcoBoost gasket by mistake, leading to coolant leaks and misfires. But here's the key thing. Ford fixed every single affected car under recall, often replacing entire cylinder heads. If you're looking at a 2016 or 2017, just verify the recall was done. Once fixed, with the updated Cosworth-designed gasket, these engines are bulletproof. The 2018s came with the correct gasket from the factory. Not all Focus RSs are created equal. Base models have manually adjustable Recaro seats in grippy cloth. The RS2 package adds heated leather Recaros, heated steering wheel, and navigation, crucial for daily driving in cold climates. All RSs get 19-inch wheels, but the optional forged wheels save about 3 pounds per corner. Then there's the unicorn, the 2018 limited edition. Only 1/500 made for North America, featuring a Quaife mechanical limited slip differential up front. This transforms the already incredible handling, reducing understeer and improving corner exit grip. They came in exclusive nitrous blue with black roof or new race red, plus all the RS2 goodies standard. Here's where things get spicy. A simple ECU flash, we're talking just software, bumps power to 370-380 horsepower and around 400 pound-feet of torque. Companies like Mountune, COBB, and Stratified offer proven tunes. The COBB access port costs about $500 and includes free maps. Mountune's M375 package was even Ford-approved in some markets. You're looking at plus 20 to 40 horsepower for literally just plugging in a device. The engine wakes up, throttle response sharpens, and that already quick car becomes properly fast. Stage 2 is where the real fun begins. Add a high-flow intake, upgraded intercooler, and turbo back exhaust to that tune, and you're pushing 420 to 435 horsepower. Mountune's M4 Zazwarho package delivers 394 horsepower and 416 pound-feet on pump gas. That's the reliable limit of the stock turbo. You're now doing 0 to 60 in the low 4s, quarter miles in the high 12s. The car becomes seriously, properly fast while staying completely streetable. Want more? Big turbo time. But here's the critical info. The community consensus is 400 wheel horsepower, and 400 wheel torque is the safe limit on stock internals. That's about 450 at the crank. Push beyond that, especially torque, and you risk ventilating the block. For 500 plus horsepower, you need forged pistons and rods. Companies like Norris Designs and Collins Performance offer built motors that handle 600 plus. But honestly, 400 horsepower in a Focus is already insane. Let's talk specific mods. For intakes, the Mountune High-Flow Induction Kit, part number 2536, COBB runs about $400. It's engineered to OEM standards and won't void warranty. COBB's SF intake at 300 is another solid choice. Both add that addictive turbo whoosh while gaining 5 to 8 horsepower. For max drama, open cone filters like the AirTech Stage 3 deliver glorious induction noise but can pull hot air at low speeds. The exhaust is where personality really shines. A high-flow catted downpipe like COBB's 3-inch unit at $600 reduces back pressure for 10-15 horsepower gains. For catbacks, Ford Performance by Borla runs 900 with valve control for civilized cruising. Miltech Sport's 3-inch system at 100 watts sounds incredible. Budget option, MBRP Pro Series at 700 delivers great bang for buck. Want just more noise? A resonator delete pipe for $150 makes the stock exhaust properly angry. Here's a must-do mod. The Intercooler. The stock unit heat soaks on track or in hot weather, pulling power. Mishimoto's Performance Intercooler, part number MMINT RS16K at 1200, drops charge temps by 35 degrees. Mountune's V2 at a grand performs similarly. Budget conscious? Depot Racing makes a decent unit for 300 to 500. This isn't about peak power, it's about consistency. Your RS will pull hard all day long instead of going soft after a few runs. The RS handles brilliantly stock, but there's always room for improvement. IBOC Pro Kit. Springs, part number E10 3523 1422 at 300-400, drop the car about 0.7 inches front, 1.1 rear for better stance without ruining ride quality. Want adjustability? BC Racing coilovers start at $1,000. The ultimate setup? Bilstein B16 Damptronic at $3,000. They integrate with the factory drive mode button. For reducing body roll, Whiteline's 24mm rear sway bar at $250 makes the car rotate even sharper. The stock Brembo brakes are already excellent, but pads and fluid make a huge difference. For street and light track use, Ferodo DS2500 pads at $200 for fronts handle heat way better than stock. Serious track rats need DS 1.11 or Pagid RSL29 at $300-400. Always upgrade to high-temp fluid like Model RBF 660. Steel braided lines from Goodrich at 120 firm-up pedal feel. The stock calipers can handle serious abuse with just these simple upgrades. Wheels and tires transform how this car drives. Stock 19-inch wheels with 235 width Michelin Pilot Supersports are good, but there's so much more potential. Many owners upgrade to 245 or even 255 width on stock wheels for more grip. The bolt pattern is 5H108 with 63.4 meter center bore. Somewhat limiting, but plenty of options exist. For performance, many drop to 18-inch wheels. An 18x9 with plus 42 offset running, 2 feet 5 40 R18 tires fits perfectly and saves weight. Popular choices include OZ Racing Legra, HLT, and Team Dynamics Pro, Race 1.2. Want the perfect fitment? The experts at threepiece.us specialize in dialing in ideal wheel and tire combos for cars like the Focus RS. They'll help you achieve that flush stance without rubbing, whether you want functional track setup or show-worthy style. For tires, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S in 245/35R19 transforms grip and feel over the old Super Sports. Quick-hit mods that make a difference. CPE or COBB, rear motor mount at 160 eliminates wheel hop. Boomba short shifter reduces throw by 30% for $100. Turbo Smart Compact bypass valve at 150 holds boost better and sounds amazing. For track junkies, Mishimoto's oil cooler kit at 500 keeps temps in check during extended sessions. Each mod enhances the experience without breaking the bank. How does the RS stack up? Against the Subaru STI's 305 horsepower, the RS dominates with 350. 0 to 60? RS does 4.6 seconds versus STI's 5.0. The STI has old-school all-wheel drive that understeers. The RS can literally drift. The Golf R, more refined but boring. 292 horsepower, no drift mode, no personality. The Civic Type R, Incredible for front-wheel drive, but still can't match all-wheel drive traction. Plus, it looks like a transformer. The RS combines the best of all worlds: all-wheel drive grip, genuine performance, and that crucial fun factor. Living with an RS means accepting some compromises. The ride is harsh, like genuinely stiff. Fuel economy. Lucky to see 20 miles per gallon, and it demands 91 octane minimum. The turning radius is hilariously wide at 40 feet. Insurance can be pricey, but every single drive delivers pure joy. The community is incredible. Forums, meetups, track days. You're part of an exclusive club. Only about 7,500 were sold in North America total. Maintenance is reasonable. 5W50 oil changes every 5,000 miles, brake fluid every 2 years, maybe diff fluid at 30K if you track it. So what's the total damage for a proper build? Start with a clean 2017 RS, around 35 grand. Add stage 1 tune for 500. Intercooler, 1,000. Intake, 400. Downpipe and exhaust, 1,500. Suspension, 1,000. Brakes and tires, 1,500. Miss mods, 500. Total investment around 42 grand for a 420 horsepower all-wheel drive weapon that'll embarrass cars costing twice as much. And here's the thing. These aren't depreciating anymore. Clean examples are holding value or even appreciating. The Focus RS is the last of its kind. Ford's not making another one. No more manual-only, gas-powered, drift mode having super hatches. This is it. The Focus RS isn't just a car. It's an experience that ruins you for anything ordinary. Every drive becomes an event. Every corner an opportunity. If you want one, buy it now before they're all modified or priced out of reach. Hit subscribe for more builds and check out threepiece.us for the perfect wheel setup. What would you do with a Focus RS? Let me know in the comments.